Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence. And in today's video, I would like to discuss prayer, more so exactly how powerful it can be. So, I have said before that I think, prayer is extremely powerful. It can be very useful. It can actually cause miracles to happen if enough people are praying. But people tend to get carried away, shall I say, about prayer. And I would like to dispel some things that may be wrongly assumed about prayer. So, one of the things being is that while prayer is powerful, prayer are words that are powered by energy. And if you pray for something and it doesn't come true, does that mean prayer is useless? No. No. If prayer doesn't work, could be a few things. Maybe the energy given off wasn't enough to actually make change in the situation, which can happen. Or maybe the events that are unfolding that you're praying for, maybe there's nothing that can be done about it. Maybe it's part of the universe's plan. And I know that's, some people don't like to think of it that way, but that's how I see it. There are some things that can't be stopped or can't be fixed, at least not right now, because I have voiced my opinions in the past that I do think that, magic and energy, I think if we really worked with it and disciplined ourselves, that there's a lot we can accomplish. But right now, we have to work with what we have. So, essentially, there are prayer groups out there. In fact, oftentimes they're called prayer armies, I've heard. And they are people who go to church and they'll hear things out in the community. Maybe someone's gotten into a car accident, or maybe a certain someone is dying from a disease, and they'll put it on a list and they'll concentrate their energy and their thoughts and pray for this person in groups. And depending on the size of the group, I mean, it can be anything from 25, 30 people to maybe even hundreds of people, which when a lot of people pray, when, the more people you have praying, the better, because that's more energy and intention being sent. With one prayer, it can be hit or miss because the energy, one prayer can make a difference, but it's not a guarantee. You increase the probability of that prayer coming true with the more amount of people that you have, which is kind of a similar way of why covens form, is because these are people who believe that magic can work even better in a group when it's more than one person concentrating on the certain aspect of a spell, which I do agree with too. The more people you have concentrating on something, the better the potential outcome. But a lot of people seem to look down on prayer. Like if someone is suffering from something serious, they kind of look down on prayer like it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Well, what I have to say about that is that if you or someone else is going through something, and the doctor's done everything they can, and, there's nothing more that they can do, and there's no other sources that can help you, it doesn't hurt having a little bit of extra help in that. There have been people who haven't really believed in higher power or prayer who have turned to prayer, and good things have come of it. Now, I'm not here to try and, make believers out of disbelievers. That's not what this channel is about. I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anyone. I'm not trying to force anyone to believe the way I believe. I'm merely here for those who do believe, or maybe those who want to believe. If I speak true to you, well, all the better. But prayer I have used in many aspects. One such example. So one of my cousins who lives in New York, he was small. I want to say he was like 7. He ran out into the middle of the street and a car hit him. And it was extensive damage. And, we were all worried about him. So I remember all of us were praying. I prayed. My mom prayed. I know my dad prayed. And my sister and a lot of my family members actually turned to prayer. And I bet you anything that his parents were too. And in the following days ahead, he made a full recovery. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful, he's alive and well. I just saw him last summer, and he was very well. And this happened some time ago. So the prayer actually did work. And it's not just also praying for other people. You can pray for yourself too. That's not a selfish thing, to pray for oneself. Now, if you pray for like $1 million and you are not in any such position to make $1 million, that is going to be a bit of a stretch, and greed is seldom rewarded in prayer. Now, if you are struggling to pay bills and you're working 2 jobs and, it's just not enough, you can try and do a prayer for maybe to make more money at one or both of your jobs to make the rent, or, maybe a contest that you entered where you could win money. Maybe the prayer would help you win that. Doesn't mean it will, it just means, it could help. Let's see. Back in my first ritual, and I've spoke about this in many of my past videos, and this was when I was first starting out with magic, and, I started experimenting with that and prayer, and I formed a goddess of my own, and I started praying, and I prayed for many things. I was 251 pounds at the time, and the year after I prayed to lose weight, I lost like 62 pounds. I went down to like 198, or was it 196? It was around there, 190 something. And it's not like it magically happened. The opportunities came into my life through prayer. So a friend of the family was selling an elliptical, and it was for a decent price, so I bought it, and we put it down the basement, and I started going on it. Senior year, I had to take gym because I had not taken it before, so I really had to start doing the stretches. I started moving more. I went to the weight room on the days when we'd have a free day. I started doing weights, and at home, I started doing weights too. Let's see what else. I started a job where I was moving a lot. I was next to a pizza oven. I was sweating. I was moving around the kitchen, and I started doing push-ups and sit-ups, and the more I did them every day, the easier it got. So it wasn't like magic. It was a progress thing, and every day I would make more progress, and it slowly got easier. Another thing was that I asked to make new friends because I didn't really have a whole lot of friends. And my senior year of high school, I came out to a lot of my friends, and they accepted me for who I was. And I started, I used to be quiet and shy, but I slowly started to open up, and people seemed to take well to that. A lot of people seemed to be drawn to me like a magnetic connection, and everyone started talking to me and thought I was a cool person, and I was really making headway with a lot of people. So I got a lot of friends. I wanted to start making money and get a job. I applied to my first job once and I didn't hear back, so I applied once more, and eventually they called me back, got an interview, started getting a job. Uh, After a year of working there, I saved up enough money to buy my first car, so that was exciting. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, yes, I wanted to graduate high school and have a smooth transition into college. The college that I went to was considered a trade school, a film trade school, and 2 weeks after I graduated, I started. So I didn't really get a summer off. It was 2 weeks, and then I started. Well, I graduated from high school. I only had 2 classes that were mandatory, and I passed both exams. And I studied hard for that, just to make sure that happened. I wasn't going to leave it all to luck. And after those 2 weeks, I started college, which I was kind of stressing out about college because this was my first time in college. I didn't know the people I was going to meet. I didn't know the experiences I was going to have. I didn't know how the professors were going to be, but it was a great experience. Even though nothing really came of it, I'm glad I went. I had quite a few experiences. I met a lot of neat people. And, it progressed from there. Now, even if a prayer works and you get what you asked for, it's never permanent. Like, I've gained back all that weight since. It happened after I lost my first job. They went bankrupt. So we were all told without any real warning that, hey, we're going to be closing soon. So I was unemployed for a while and I struggled to find a job. Eventually I had to work at Office Max, which I hated that. And then I started stress eating from that because McDonald's was right down the way and Ronald McDonald was calling my name, baby. And he was just comforting me with fattening food and those fucking good French fries. And then the elliptical that I had broke down and there was nothing we could do to fix it. And after that, with being unemployed and all, I kind of stopped moving a lot. So, and, eating more because I was stressing out because my parents were giving me a lot of stress about finding a job. And a lot of the people that I used to talk to, I don't talk to anymore. None of them I talk to anymore. I have a lot of Facebook friends, but they're not necessarily friends. They're all more acquaintances. There's only like a few on there that I actually consider actual friends. College, like I said, did not yield anything. They made it seem like they would help us find jobs in Michigan, and there wasn't any. Let's see, that's it. But I gotta say, even though that time was a rough time, my life is pretty decent now. I mean, I got a stable, steady job. I'm still working towards my goals. I'm saving, and I do plan to go back to school and start learning some new things so I can continue on those goals. And I live with my grandpa now and my sister, so things are pretty decent on that end. And I'm slowly making progress with certain goals that I have each and every day. So it's not like it was a total loss, but the moral of the story is that prayer isn't always going to be like a foolproof thing. You just got to have, faith. And honestly, the longer you pray and the more people you have praying for something, the more so that the prayer can be done, that the prayer might actually work. But it's never a guarantee. And even if you don't think it's going to help, you should still pray anyway, because a little extra help can actually go a long way. And even if you get what you want, take those opportunities that the prayer has provided, because prayer is never just going to give you something. If you go and pray to a God to ask for something, they're never just going to give it to you. They're going to give you the opportunity to get it. Otherwise, it'd be just like someone spoon feeding you, and You don't want to be babied. You want to be independent on your own, be an adult. So just take those opportunities, work with them, run with them, try to use them to open up other opportunities. And even if those opportunities end, keep going. Keep going to try and open up new opportunities, new doors, new windows, all that. Because there's possibilities and opportunities everywhere if you just know where to look. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I pray that you all have a beautiful day.